Before you buy an electric scooter, don't make the mistake of picking one just because it looks fast or has a big battery number. In this video, we're breaking down the top 5 best electric scooters based on build quality, price, features, comfort, range, and real everyday use. Some are better for commuting, some are better for power, and one might be the best value overall, so make sure you watch till the end before choosing. Product links are in the description, and if this helps, subscribe to my channel for more honest gadget picks. Number 5. Hetso G30 Electric Scooter. The G30 comes with a 500-watt brushless motor, which is solid for daily city rides. The good part? It should feel smoother and stronger than cheap low-power scooters. The downside? This is not a high-performance scooter, so don't expect crazy acceleration or serious hill power. The listing shows around 19.9 miles per hour, while another graphic says 35 kilometers per hour, which is about 22 miles per hour. Either way, it's in normal commuter scooter territory that's fast enough for bike lanes but still manageable for newer riders. It uses a 36-volt 15 to 15.6 ampere-hours lithium battery. The claimed range is around 35 miles or 50 to 60 kilometers. Realistically, if you're riding in the UTS with hills, stops, heavier weight, and higher speed, expect less than the max number. You get 10-inch tires, which is a nice upgrade over smaller scooter wheels. Bigger tires usually mean better comfort, better stability, and less panic over tiny road cracks, but these are still city-style tires, so don't treat this like an off-road scooter. The front shock absorber is a good feature for rough pavement, speed bumps, and uneven sidewalks. Pro? Less vibration in your arms. Con? It looks like front suspension only, so the rear may still feel stiff on bad roads. You get an LCD display, headlights, app support, and a folding design. That's exactly what you want for commuting: speed info, battery info, basic visibility, and easy storage, but I'd still add a rear light or reflective gear if you ride at night. The G30 folds down, which is great for apartments, offices, trunks, and public transit. It also claims a 220-pound max load. Just remember, foldable doesn't always mean super lightweight, so check the actual weight before buying. The Hetso G30 makes sense if you want a simple, affordable city scooter for commuting, campus rides, or short daily trips, but if you want high-speed, heavy off-road riding or big hill climbing power, this probably isn't the one for normal city use though. It looks like a practical pick. Number 4. Obarter J15 Electric Scooter. This scooter comes with a 1,600-watt brushless motor, and the claimed top speed is 31 miles per hour. The good part? That's plenty of power for faster commuting, hills, and heavier riders. The downside? 31 miles per hour is not beginner speed, and in a lot of US cities, that may be above legal e-scooter limits. The brand claims it can handle slopes up to 20 degrees. That's useful if you live somewhere with steep streets, but real performance depends on rider weight, battery level, tire grip, and road condition, so don't expect it to climb every hill like it's nothing. It has a 48-volt, 18 ampere-hours battery, which works out to about 864 watt-hours. Claimed range is 31 miles, which is believable under moderate riding, but full-throttle riding, hills, cold weather, and heavier loads will bring that number down. Charging time is listed at 8 to 10 hours. This is more of an overnight charge situation. You get a front and rear suspension system, which should help absorb bumps, cracks, and rough pavement. That's a big plus for daily riding, but remember, suspension helps. It doesn't make bad roads disappear. The scooter uses a dual disc brake system, which is good for stopping control, especially at higher speeds. The realistic downside? Disc brakes need adjustment and maintenance over time, especially if you ride in rain, dirt, or rough conditions. You get bright headlights, integrated taillights, and a large screen display showing speed, battery, and ride mode. That's solid for night riding, but I'd still add extra reflective gear because being seen by cars is the real safety upgrade. It has one-step folding, which makes storage easier, but don't confuse foldable with lightweight. With this much motor, battery, and suspension, it's probably not something you'll want to carry upstairs every day. This scooter makes sense if you want a fast, powerful commuter with suspension, disc brakes, lights, and a claimed 264-pound max load, but if you're brand new, need something super light, or your local laws cap scooter speeds, this may be more scooter than you actually need. Number 3. L12 Maxi Scooter. The L12 Max comes with an 800-watt motor, which is solid for city commuting and light off-road riding. The good part? It should feel stronger than basic 350 or 500-watt scooters. The downside? It's not in the same power class as those crazy dual-motor scooters, so don't expect rocket launch acceleration. You're getting a 48-volt, 16 ampere-hours battery, which equals about 768 watt-hours. That's decent, but the claimed 75-mile range sounds very optimistic. In real US riding with hills, stops, rider weight and higher speeds, expect less. It has an IP55 rating, meaning it's protected against dust and water jets. That's good for light rain and wet roads, but don't send it through floods, deep puddles or pressure washing. Waterproof does not mean submarine. This is actually pretty cool. Instead of a regular key, you can tap to unlock the scooter. The pro? It feels modern and convenient. The con? If the NFC system glitches or you lose the card, you'll want a backup plan. The L12 Max uses 10-inch vacuum tires, made for smoother rides and better grip. That's great for city streets, bike lanes, gravel and rough pavement, but for serious off-road trails? Be careful, this is still a standing scooter, not a dirt bike. It also front and rear disc brakes are a big plus. They should give better stopping control than single brake setups, but disc brakes need adjustment over time, especially if you ride in rain, dirt or rough conditions. It folds down, weighs about 21.5 kilos or around 47 pounds and supports up to 150 kilos, about 330 pounds. It's portable but not exactly featherweight. Carrying it upstairs every day? That might get old fast. The L12 Max makes sense if you want a practical all-terrain scooter with good power, NFC unlock, disc brakes and real commuting features, but don't buy it only because of the huge range claim. Buy it if the price, warranty, parts support still makes sense for you. Ride smart, wear a helmet, and check your local scooter laws. Number 2. Aliexpress Q30 Electric Scooter. The Q30 is equipped with a 2,500-watt motor, which is much more powerful than a typical commuter scooter. What are its pros? Strong acceleration, easy climbing and descending hills, and more fun in open spaces. What are its cons? It's not a comfortable scooter for beginners. In many American cities, 30 miles per hour can be more than the posted speed limit for local e-scooters. You get 3 speed levels: 12, 20 and 30 miles per hour. That's actually useful because you can keep it calm in neighborhoods, then open it up when it's safe, but don't treat 30 like a toy speed. One pothole at that pace can ruin your whole week. It comes with a 48-volt 13Ah or 16Ah battery. That's around 624 to 768 watt-hours. Some listings mention 15 to 30 miles of range, but real life depends on rider weight, hills, speed, wind, and temperature. So yeah, don't expect the max range if you're riding full throttle everywhere. The 11-inch vacuum off-road tires are a big plus. They should give better grip, comfort, and stability than small city scooter tires. The trade-off? Big knobby tires can feel heavier, louder, and less efficient on smooth pavement. The Q30 shows hydraulic-style shock absorption and spring suspension, which should help with bumps and rough roads, but let's be real, this is still a standing scooter. It won't feel like a motorcycle, and rough trails still need careful riding. You get a big LCD display, voltage display, key lock, horn, headlight, turn signals, rear light and body lighting. That's solid for visibility and control, but I'd still add a proper helmet, gloves, and maybe extra lights if you ride at night. The Aliexpress Q30 makes sense if you want a powerful, aggressive-looking scooter for rough roads and faster rides, but if you need something lightweight, super portable, or totally beginner-friendly, this probably isn't it. Big power is fun, but only if you ride smart. Number 1. Joyer T10 Adult Electric Scooter. The T10 packs 2 1,000-watt motors, so yeah, this thing is built for stronger acceleration, hills, and heavier riding conditions. The good part? It should feel way punchier than basic commuter scooters. The downside? Dual motor scooters are not exactly beginner-friendly, and you'll want to check your local city or state rules before riding it wide open. It can handle slopes up to 30 degrees. That sounds impressive, but real-world climbing depends on rider weight, battery level, road surface, and tire grip, so don't expect every hill to feel like flat ground. It has a 60-volt, 18-amp-hour battery, which works out to about 1,080 watt-hours. Claimed range is up to 47 miles, but be real, that's probably under ideal conditions. Fast riding, hills, cold weather, and heavier riders will cut that down. These are 10-inch inflatable off-road tires, which is great for grip, comfort, and rougher surfaces, but on pavement, chunky tires can feel louder, slower, and less efficient than street tires. It also front and rear hydraulic brakes are a big win. You get stronger, smoother stopping power compared to basic mechanical brakes. The catch? Hydraulic brakes need proper maintenance, and if they're poorly adjusted, performance drops fast. Front and rear hydraulic spring suspension should help with bumps, cracks, and rough roads. It's not magic, but compared to a stiff city scooter, this should feel way more forgiving. You get a display, control buttons, headlight, brake taillight, and turn signals. That's solid, especially for night riding, but I'd still add a helmet, gloves, and maybe extra lighting because being visible matters way more than looking cool. The Joyer T10 makes sense if you want a powerful, rough-road capable scooter with serious brakes and suspension, but if you need something lightweight, simple, or ultra-portable, this probably isn't your best pick. Big power means big responsibility.